Luz might destroy all magic in the world of the Owl House, as the show is to end in just about a month. It's time for more crazy series for the finale, and I'm planning to release a bunch of videos. But let's talk about magic. We know that magic is something that appeared because of the Titan, the giant carcass which the Boiling Isles stand on. We don't exactly know how magic and Titans are connected though. Do Titans have the same bile sacs as witches, or maybe they in general contain substance which evolved into magic as we know it? Speaking of bile sacs, it looks like they are completely independent of the Titan. That is confirmed by the fact that Willow, Gus and Amity can freely use magic in the human realm. So, there is likely no way to completely destroy magic, as at this point, it's just handed down from generation to generation. But besides the bile sacs, there are other kinds of magic. In the first episode we were already introduced to palisman magic, and it seems like it is independent of the Titan, as well based on the same fact for bile sacs. Palisman are carved from palistrum wood, which in itself is a magical tree. But now let's break down probably the main element of magic in the show, the glyphs. This is where it gets interesting, as glyphs can essentially be used by anyone, even humans. That is because they are simple drawings that seem to trigger and pull the magic of the Titan, and using it, cast an appropriate spell. Glyphs can't be used in the human realm unless they are close to Titan's blood. Based on that, we can assume that it is the blood that mainly creates magic. That could mean that the Titan King's dad is alive and his blood circulation is still working. This also explains the giant heart which the blood goes through. Glyphs is likely the most natural kind of magic, maybe even its primal form, as every spell can be cast using a glyph combination, and the simplified form of magic, witch circles, are also just glyphs from the inside. We'll come back and discuss further about glyphs in a second, because I'd just like to mention another form of magic, basilisk magic. We pretty much don't know how it works, but we saw V use it in the human realm, so it's attached to the basilisk just like bile sacs are attached to witches. The thing is, they can drain magic from witches as this is their food. But I believe that basilisks are just a separate species and they aren't related to witches' magic. Also, as you remember, there is artificial magic created by Bellows, but it likely uses glyph magic combined with technology. Now back to glyphs, as mentioned, is just magic in its natural form. So, any magical liquid, potion, spell, or even a kind of magic can be described with glyphs. A glyph is the smallest unit of magic, acting as an atom in our world, but for magic. So now that we know what magic is exactly, I'm gonna tell you why I think it might be destroyed. As we know, Philip used glyphs on his body, which caused inconsistencies. The glyphs suck the energy out of him, make the body unstable, and function as burns. Palisman energy allows him to recharge. Perhaps these glyphs is what allowed him to do magic, using only his hands, since it has the same color as the artificial magic. But after the season 2 finale, he did not manage to return to his human form, so now you can say that he consists out of glyphs, out of this natural magic. This whole substance is magic, poisoned by poor palisman souls and poor, incorrect use. The Titan himself tried to keep Philip away from reaching that point, but Bellows is too stubborn. This reminds me of the Star vs situation where Toffee, as well, consisted only out of dark magic, and in the end, it turned out he was right. Magic had to be destroyed. The reason for that seemed just having a threat you couldn't cope with, but in fact, magic was doing harm to everyone. Similarly, in Owl House, Bellows hates the witch kind and tried to destroy it. Well, he didn't succeed, so now he'll just try to destroy the basis of witch kind, magic. But everyone loves doing magic. Luz always wanted to be like Azora, wanted to be a witch. Will she give up her dream to stop Bellows? Well, she was already prepared to stay in the human realm forever, so if destroying magic is what it takes to save everyone, she'll go for it. But I don't want the Owl House to end the same way Star did. Obviously, the travel between the two realms should be possible, because we have King, the infinite supplier of Titan's blood. Luz might want to destroy magic because this is what Bellows consists of. It seems like, after all, it is him who is going to be the main threat in the finale. Considering he is currently manipulating the Collector, his villain potential is still very high. He might even tell the Collector that King's dad is still alive, and the Collector would want to kill him. Bellows' manipulations can take endless routes, and he might even possess another person in the finale to finish the trilogy. It may be the Titan, maybe the Collector, Amity, King, anyone. One more key to solving the final conflict would be the in-between realm. We've been shown so much of it, and in For the Future there was a little scene at the beginning where we see some creature waving to Luz. I'll make a separate video who it could be, but my point is that in the in-between realm, glyphs don't work, and we know that Bellows is basically now made out of glyph magic. Thus, if he stays in the in-between realm for too long, he may just lose all his energy, all his body, and his long life will come to an end, whether he realizes the mistakes he has made or not. In the end, in my opinion, it will be Bellows' goal to destroy all the magic and not Luz's. It's not fully clear how he's gonna use the Collector for that. Maybe he's just distracting him, or maybe he will convince him that magic and witches is the reason for all problems. Magic is such an essential part of the show and its development at this point that I just can't see it fully destroyed. And if you want to know more about Collector's magic as well as his past, origins and species, watch my last Owl House video where I tell all about it.